All right, welcome to an unboxing today for Dungeon Universalis New Challenges. This is a little bit different because I haven't played the base game at all, not even once, which is a little embarrassing because I really wish that I had in my search to find a fun dungeon crawler. There's two games that stood out as things I should really try and things I have to get my hands on, and when I did, I ended up getting overwhelmed with how much stuff there was and not panicking to not play, panicking because I didn't have it all. And so I started buying more for games that I didn't have any experience with than actually trying to play them yet. So one of those is Shadows of Brimstone, and one of these is the other one here, Dungeon Universalis. Now, then there was a new Kickstarter for this new challenges thing. So here's the Board Game Geek page for the base game. Then my understanding was they changed some things. Board Game Geek took some kind of issue with the content being attached to the actual main game, and so this entry exists for Dungeon Universalis 1.3, and if you go to the latest Kickstarter, you see this where it says 1.3 edition, so I don't know if that's like inside this box here or what, but this is the specific thing I'm talking about. You can see here it says Expansion 4, Dungeon Universalis, and Dungeon Universalis 1.3. That's exactly what we're looking at here today. I haven't taken a look to see what's supposed to be in here either. Let's take a look together. There's books. There's a 124-page rule book, because, then there's a basic rule book. I believe Dungeon Universalis, just the regular one, has that as well. It's not like Quick Start Guide. It's just like a basic rules. There's a big difference between those there. Look at that. Campaign and Quest Book 1. Bestiary 1. I feel like that's not right. I feel like those are wrong, but we'll see here in just a moment. So again, this is what we're looking at. You can head on over to their website. That is ludicdragon.com to get your hands on it. Then they have this revised edition, right? And so I could not tell you to save my life what the difference is of all of these, because I have like a second print of the original non-revised edition, and I think that doesn't come with certain pieces just to try to keep things in check, because this game is insane. Like, yeah, Gloomhaven's a pretty, hefty box, but Dungeon Universalis has a lot of stuff in it too. What do they call this? Did it say, did I see that? Yeah, the Infinite Dungeon Crawler. So right there, you can imagine that appeals to somebody on a hunt for, a dungeon crawling board game. And so here we are. So let's real quick here. This is thankfully the version in English, because I don't read any Spanish, from Ludic Dragon Games. Yeah, see, it says Campaign and Quest Book 3. I knew it wasn't the first one, so I imagine this has, look at that, a campaign map board, all kinds of stuff. New challenges book, so that's got to be like the new, oh man, a whole new book of rules. That's fantastic. So I don't know if the book was like just redone completely or what have you, but I guess we're going to find out. Because again, of course, it's one of those Kickstarters where I'm a big fan of just paying for it, forgetting about it, and waiting until it shows up. Because this is a thing that I know I want. I don't need to follow that campaign and base my life around it for the next, year or whatever. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. There we go. You'd think there'd be a lot more in here based on the weight of this box, by the way. It seems to weigh quite a bit, and it must just be an awful lot of cardboard in there. So here we have a big stack of cards to begin with here. All right, what are these? I don't even know what these are, and I'm going to regret opening this bag because I haven't, and this is super rare for me, I haven't even sleeved the original game yet because I'm not entirely sure it would fit in the box. The box is huge. The amount of content in that box is astronomical. So I haven't even bothered to sleeve it yet because it's going to be one of those, that game is a project, right? This game is going to be one of those things where it's like, well, this is what you do for a month because it took you that long to read through the rule book. But it seems to be that game that just has everything you would want in a dungeon crawler, right? You've got every kind of possible, class and race you could imagine, and enemies to fight, and a million pieces of gear. Like, look at this here. We have a master key. We have a lucky clover. That's not going to show up, right? But yeah, there it is. Healing brew, right? This is exactly the kind of thing that I look for in a dungeon crawler. Lots and lots of gear, lots and lots of variety in enemy types and everything. Look at that. You can have size. You could just be Raphael, like from the Ninja Turtles, right? Because that's the only person famous who ever used the sai ever, right? I'm sure. Look at this. Hooks. Look, grappling hooks. Look at this. There's all kinds of stuff. Okay, there's bells. There's pickaxes. Just so much loot. Is this a bunch of spells? What is this? Fire slingshot. Oh, these must be magical. Jumping boots. I love all the gear in these kinds of games, and this is exactly what turned me on to this. What does that say? Earbreaker wand. That sounds horrible. Shielding sphere. The razor bow. There is so much awesome stuff here. Oh, that's a little bit brighter than I thought. Maybe that's a little easier to see. Swift lightning sword. Spear from a noble hedge. All kinds of great stuff that you're just... kukri, right? Stuff that you're just going to want to find in your playthrough, right? Tons of good gear for your characters. A battle staff. Oh, man. See, this gets me excited to play this kind of a game. I'm not even sure it would actually fit on this table. What is this? A red breastplate. Blue thistle. That is what that says. It's a plant. These are a bunch of plants. Okay, sleepless night, dragon tongue, chameleon plant, all kinds, soldier mushroom, star silver. Ugh. So it's like a whole world in this box, right? And it supports using your own system. I thought that was the whole stack. I had forgotten I had to set down the rest of the stack of those cards. Holy smokes. All right, I don't even know what this one is. Oh, the master key. So see, I've already done screwed up. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, so what are these? These are potions. Special lubricant, right? These are... maybe they're just like items, like mundane items. Spare parts. Oh boy, there's a lot of these too. Oh, these might be part of the crafting thing that I have no idea about, right? Because they're all kind of just like regular stuff. Anti-magic rune, explosive rune, oracle's potion, Lin water potion, bottled darkness. Wow, look at that. Look at that. The elixir of life. Well, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Chameleon blood potion, crocodile potion, so much amazing stuff. I can't wait to get into this game one day. It's another appealing thing to me about Dungeon Universalis is that it is serious. I don't dig too much on humor because humor goes either way real fast for me, right? And I imagine most people, it's either really funny or it's terrible, right? You wind up with stuff like Munchkin out there where it's just not funny, or like it becomes nothing but references and everything, and then that's not fun. I want my fantasy to be either deadly serious or absurd. Comedy, maybe not so much, right? And when I say absurd, think of like, Shadows of Brimstone. There's a perfect example. Controlling construct, only for the class engineer. So here is a whole mess. These look like all a bunch of skills. What is this? Breath, poisonous, seize, furious. These are different cards, so I don't know what these are here. Wow. Okay, so let's put these up on the screen here so you can get a good idea. There's breath, sailing, duelist, escapist, setting traps, swap position, feint, watcher. So much stuff in this box. You know why I haven't sleeved this? Because it would cost twice as much as the game costs to sleeve it all. There's a lot of cards in these boxes. Like the whole bottom part, I think, of the main game box is just cards, which is great. And we have more cards, which I can't seem to ever open smoothly. I would love to look like I know what I'm doing here. Okay, here we go. I don't even know what these are. This says nature, and there's a whole mess of these. So let's pull out a couple of these. Oh, some of these say corruption. Oh, man. Nature, nature, nature. Let's stop. Tribal. What does that say? Can't read it. Evanescence, it sounds like. Heal injuries. Empower. Favorite. There's loads of these cards. Look at tribal. Let's pull a few of these now. Let's see here. Oh, some of these are corruption as well. Bleeding, hunger, panic, mind corruption. Oh my word. This game is endless. Again, the infinite dungeon crawler. Gazelle jump, power sweep. These are tribal things here, it says. War shield, dance of the gods. Here's a whole mess of cards that say underworld. Oh god, there's underworld, necromancy, summon imps. Fire ring, summon demon. We flip this over. Veil of darkness, eternal hatred, regeneration. There's just so much. It's amazing. Necromancy, soul leech. I'm gonna have to sort these cards out one day and ask myself, how did this happen? And I'm gonna forget that this happened. Burning ground, firestorm. I love this kind of stuff. So, man. Flame strike. Wow. Choke, magic mist, sneaking, weightless, walking on water, ice bridge. I could do this all day. There's so much here. It's absurd. absurd, and I love it. I love it for this strikes me as the like Twilight Imperium of dungeon crawlers, right? Where it's just like, you know what, we can do everything and make this into a board game. Let's just see what that actually looks like in practice, and then here it is, right? This is just so much. Oh no. Dang, I hate it. We got a marked card here. There's like a little white spot on the top of that card, so I'll always know that one is engineer. Oh, it's a class, it looks like. So not a big deal. Mentalist, cleric, thief, duelist, physician, and monster hunter. Look at that. That's cool. I don't actually know why there's like this one-off random card here. Crystal feline. You can have like a little cat. What are these here? These look like quests or something. I'm not actually... These are missions. You killed my father. Family first. Lovesick. The family jewel. It wasn't me. Poisoned. I am cursed. There's a whole mess of these as well. I'm just going to add these to my giant pile of cards here. Vigilant soldiers. What does that say? Provisioned or poisoned. Strongman. Wandering mercenary. Distrustful villagers. Curse of the outsider. These... I don't even know. Shell game artist. Snitch. I'm not really sure what these things are. Maybe they look like there might be like city event type things, right? They might be city event type things. There's a little city or something up there too, like a castle. Oh my goodness. All right, what's in here? I wonder if that box... Oh, that box must have all the enemies in it, right? Yeah, bestiary cards too. Oh my goodness. There is so much to this. This is kind of the opposite of the like book games I've been playing. You know, things like D100 Dungeon, 2D6 Dungeon, 4 Against Darkness, right? It's just instead of just here's a book and just use some paper, here's all the things. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what these are. There's so many. They don't say, right? They just have graphics on the back here. So what is this? This is the Soulless race, Fairies race. Oh, Devastators. These are all races. Draconians, Half-Elves, Kobolds, Zombies. What does that say? Iron Souls. Lots of stuff on these cards. Not a clue what they are. Golden cards. Official cards with fan-made characters. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's see here. We have Gregory, what does that say? Gregory Cobblestone, a human wizard. Ka Berthan, a dark elf bard. Here is Ellie, a human warrior. Oh. Amy, a human explorer. A-M-I, is that right, Amy? And Drag, it looks like a human wizard. So it looks like some people got to make some of their own characters. That's cool. And again, oh, you know what? Some of these are from the other pack too. So here's mentalism skills, but then it switches to animism, I'm sorry. Here's another nature one, mentalism, summon great pet, mimetism, override obstacles, will breaking, sacred flame, mercy, repair, endurance, detect good and evil, guided arrow, sanctuary, spirit scourge, trap detection, unlock, mental attack. Let's just like take Dungeons and Dragons and break up every single spell ever, right? All the books and just make them into cards and make an RPG out of it. Holy cow. It's a trap. Yeah, I did say dungeon crawler. This is like there's an overworld and there's giant books of stories and everything for this as well. So did I throw these away? I don't know what these are. Here is a halfling mercenary, a goblin thief, a construct, a ranger, and a swordsman of these other ones that are in my hands here. So again, I couldn't read one of these cards to save my life because I don't know what they are, but it's pretty awesome, I think. Oh yeah, here's a bunch of enemies. I'm not even sure I want to get into all this. Holy cow. So I think, am I crazy? Did they take out, if I remember right, they did something weird with the new version because it's supposed to be that you can use your own stuff, right? So the game will sell you, all the major components and everything, cards and whatnot, but like the tiles, I believe, are they removed? Is that what the deal is? Are there no tiles in the box anymore? And there's no standees? So let me tell you, if you've never seen how many standees are in Dungeon Universalis, it's just amazing. Oh my god, oh, that's too bad. It's always the top one that's always messed up. They're just the amount of things, right? So I think maybe that this is something that you would get as a separate purchase, maybe? Or no, right, maybe it comes with a book of all of these, but you can get the cards if you want. Maybe that's the case. Dark Elves. Here is a noble. Here is a sorceress. So we'll put one of these up here, and I'm just going to kind of run through them. Captain, High Priestess, Great Cat, Assassin, Battle Witch, Iron Guard, Assailant, Spearman, Shooter, Cultists, More cultists, the sect leader, the sorcerer, the demon, the assassin, the fanatic, rat folk clans, the rat king, sorcerer, high priest, warlord, engineer, assassin. I mean, there's tons of enemies here. A marauder. And anyway, I think what I was trying to get at was, like, there's no miniatures for this. The idea is that this is all the stuff to make and play in your world on paper, minus things like the minis and I believe the dungeon tiles. I don't think the dungeon tiles are in the revised edition anymore, and the idea being just to keep costs down and everything. And the idea, everybody, I don't know about everybody, but a lot of people have their own dungeon tiles. A lot of people have, you can make stuff at home. You can 3D print some stuff. You can order crap on Etsy. You can craft the stuff, right? Oh, yeah, look at all this. So, I think that they didn't want to, duplicate all the stuff that a lot of people already have, but they wanted to give you the system. Look at all this. Okay, so Campaign and Quest Book 3. Look at how giant this is. Oh, my word. Look at all of this. So does it give you numbers? I think. So in here, it should have, and I believe, does it say? So here's the world map. Oh, here we go. Right, background. Okay, M111 is where this starts. I believe that's Mission 111. So, and this is Book 3, Campaign and Quest Book 3, right? So I believe if you flip through all of these in order, you have a bajillion missions to do. Let me see if we can find, is that 145, 144? The colors change at some point, so I don't know what that is. Independent Quests. 138, right, and these are yellow. 137 here. Holy cow! Right, so they're M. How many missions could you possibly play in this? There are so many, and I love the art for this game too. It's a shame there's not more assets out there to get your hands on to look at some beautiful digital art on their website or whatever. Oh, look at all of this stuff. I mean, you could play in this for so long, and I've never had a chance or the time to get into it. So there's that. Then this, new rules, skirmishes, personal events quests, notice board missions. That's cool. Okay, it's the same art, right? Yeah. What have we got here? So there is personal events, feat point. Yeah, and I think all of this is new. This is like a supplement to the main rulebook. This is just more stuff that I think wasn't in the game to begin with. See, that's awesome. And I do not believe that there are PDFs of these rulebooks. I don't think I've ever seen one available, which is a bummer. I don't think. I haven't. I couldn't tell you. I checked for sure, but I feel like I looked and I couldn't find them. So, but see, all these tiles and everything you might not have. I believe you might not have these. I think they changed something. Oh, that's super cool. Whatever that is. Wow. Was there some sort of contest they had? That's neat. Huh. But anyway, and then so this is this like a dungeon board on one side? Oh, see that's enough for most things. Oh, I'm gonna laugh. What's the dimensions of this now? Would this work for something like 4 Against Darkness? Would it be just fine? I also don't want this stuff to fall off my table. So this is oh wow, that's like a perfect size. A nice, just kind of generic, dungeon layout. Well, I actually really dig the coloring of it and everything. But I believe, yeah, there's a map on this side. All right. The world of Araska. Look at how I love this kind of stuff. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at all of this stuff you can do. And I realize this camera won't focus for me, so I'm sorry. And what is this? Is this just like the tiny little corner of the world that this is? Holy smokes, it is. That is awesome. Oh, wow, that's cool. I'll stop moving it around a bit so you can get an idea of how neat this is. And there's there's little mission numbers on there and things too, so you know what to do and where you are. Look at this. It's beautiful. This is so cool. And if I remember right, they have a online thing too. You can go to the website and there's all manner of things to do. Isn't there like a random dungeon creator and stuff? You really could play this forever. And I got a bonus for you. I believe that it's supposed to be like a flexible system where you can do whatever, and it just supplies you those pieces. I believe that this was something on Kickstarter for $15. The Demon Under the Mountain, a tribute to the classics, right? So if you look here, it says Mission 146. So didn't that take place right after? What was the last one in this one now? Probably 145. Yeah, see, 145 Outlaws. And then all of a sudden you can get this book here, The Demon Under the Mountain. This was an add-on for the campaign. Tons of more missions you can do, which is fabulous. Now, and I bet these are these based from You will need Bestiary 1 and 2 to play Cave Goblins and Minor Orcs faction. Look at all. Oh my god. Does somebody out there actually get a chance to play all this and not just look at it and drool over it and wish they had time to play it? Man. Okay, so check it out. I believe these are separate purchases, right? And since I had all of the original stuff, except for like the miniatures, because I just don't have a place for all that stuff and we'll never get to painting them anyway. And I kind of like standees, really. I don't have a problem with them as long as they don't have a white border around them. I love standees. So I didn't have these because I had what I imagine is tile set 1 and standees bestiary 1, right, from the original box. And so I figured, why would I have a fairly incomplete set? And I believe that this is, hey, this is a thing that you can buy. You can buy tile set 1 and 2 if you don't have your own sets of tiles and your own sets of miniatures for all the creatures and everything, right? So I went ahead and said, forget it. I liked how they looked. I liked how well they were put together. I liked that they were quality. Of course, I've got cardboard all over the place now, so I went ahead and got these, and since they'll match my original set. Now, you have to imagine that I want to go through these just to make sure they're all okay, and I'm gonna suggest that everybody who has these goes through them immediately because, of course, stuff happens. Printing errors happen, and I mention that because in my version of Dungeon Universalis, and I feel bad about it, but it's not like it was my fault, and it's not like it was their fault. I had one sheet like this, like one of these sheets printed totally cockeyed, right? And so a tile would have just like all white right here, right? So, and then it would run off the page. Like somehow it got in the machine, not quite to that effect, but quite a bit. Like there was quite a bit there. And it was a real shame because otherwise it was perfect. See, and I love all the detail on these, right? Like I'm not going to have generic things laying around for this. Look at this cave with like, there's things glowing, crystals and whatnot. That's just too cool to me. Why would I not want to have these tiles, right? I don't think they were very expensive. Oh, that must have fallen out of that one. That makes sense. Okay. So anyway, I have to go through these because I do not believe... Oh, I thought those were little white spots at first. They're not. They're those little things, whatever you call them. So I just wanted to make sure they were all okay because I think they're not doing another printing, at least for a while or something, or they're going to only do the revised one. Who knows? But I wanted to make sure that everything I had was okay because if you need to file a claim, it's got to be soon. And I just got this like 2 days ago, so... We're getting to the holidays here, so it's going to be a little rough for recording. So these, what does this say? This, I thought said there were cards in here. 6 huge size, 26 large sized, 252 average sized, and 4 small sized creatures. Oh, that's right, not cards. That's right, that's what was in here. 5 different factions: Dark Elves, Cultists, Ratfolk clans, Pulse Empire, Tretians or Ares worshippers, Celestials, First Elves, Witch Hunters, it keeps going, Kurgan, Nomads of the Steppes, and lots of independent creatures. Dragons, Gargo, Hydra, Colossal, Giant Wolf, Tree Giant, Crystal Feline. Oh, we saw that, didn't we? Cyclops, and a Harpy. So there's all kinds. Right, so again, you wouldn't have these, but you would have the cards for them, right? I specifically remember the Crystal Feline, right? So you wouldn't have the standees for all this stuff because the idea is you probably have miniatures already. You probably already have all this stuff. And I'm pretty sure that's what the deal was this was all just like extra. Like if you wanted the standees, you could buy them. But I don't know what they have on their website. I don't know what's getting reprinted in the future. Obviously, I have no idea. I'm not Ludic Dragon. I'm just a person who liked what I saw and got their stuff on Kickstarter. Look at this. How can you say no to this, right? I love it. I love it. Oh, is that the girl for one of the pre-made ones, right? Ellie, I think her name was. All right. See, it's just too cool. Here, let me see if we can get like a zoom in on some of these things. See, I thought this was, I'd have to do it sideways or upside down for the rest of these. I just think that they're too cool. I really do like good looking standees, and these are good looking standees. So I had to go ahead and get all this excess. All right, look at that thing. Looks like is that a plesiosaur that looks like that, more or less? What the heck is that thing? Oh my god. I would not want to run into some of these things on the battlefield, I'll tell you that. Wow. So anyway, we'll take a look here before we get out of here. I've got only 2 more things to show you. This page and the next page. So here's this. There's all that stuff. Horrible things to fight. Oh my goodness. Super awesome. This is super awesome. Oh, check that out. I've never seen anything like that. Wow. Wow. All right, yeah, I'm super impressed. I don't know. I love all this kind of stuff, though. I just think it's fantastic. I just wish I had unlimited time before I'm a million years old and can't see it all or read any of it and play it all because time is cruel. So that was that. I wanted to take another quick peek over at the website before I let you go here. So update pack. So I don't know. First edition to revised edition. Maybe this was all of the things. No, that's incredibly inexpensive. So I don't really know what that is. Let's see here. That says Spanish update resident. See all these miniatures? I didn't get all that. I just don't have. Here, update pack English. That sounds like me. I can read that. Let's take a look and see. That's going to take a second to load. So maybe. Oh, see, I don't remember seeing all these little tokens like that, so I'm not quite sure what those are. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe that's in this pack too, and I just didn't see them. I have no idea. Update pack English update first edition to revised edition. Yeah, no clue. Maybe I already have some of those things. Who knows? Bestiary box 1. See, sold out, right? I think if you bought the... I'd have to look and see if I have the second book. I'm not really sure, actually. I have so much stuff packed into the original box from the second printing Kickstarter. I don't know what I have anymore because it's just so much. Like, oh, and I think I'm missing this. Maybe I don't have everything, but I have quite a bit then. I actually might have that. That's like a whole other scenario book. There is so much stuff here. I do not have extra dice. And I thought I didn't have plastic tokens, but upon seeing them here, I'm pretty sure I do have. Oh, that's right. They come in or at least they did come in the base game box. So, yeah, quite a thing, this Dungeon Universalis. It is massive. There is no two buts about it, but it seems like it would be a fantastic thing to get into and play, especially if you had a bunch of friends that were super into just, RPGs and stuff like that. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.